All right. Good morning, everyone. How are all my Vixens today? For me, it is Sunday morning, and I getting ready to actually go to church. But I wanted to just do this quick video. In my last video, I showed you some products that I had got, and I wanted to do a quick video on that foundation that I had got. Now, I had already found this Dream Velvet, and then when I went shopping the other day, I found it in the liquid form. So the color that I'm going to use is called Creamy Natural, and in both of them it's Creamy Natural, but I used just a little bit of it yesterday. I just kind of wanted to see what the coverage was without any concealer underneath, you know, any kind of, just on its own. I just wanted to see what it was like, what the texture was like, and what kind of coverage it would give me. And it was really good. It wore really well all day. It didn't get cakey looking. I didn't get any kind of oiliness or anything. It was really nice. So today I am going to actually go ahead and use a little bit of concealer and, you know, cover up, you know, where I've got like some dark circles, and then my eyelids. I always have like reddish skin underneath my eyelids and everything, and then around my nose. And I always have a little bit of rosacea on my cheeks. And so, all right, so I have some concealer on my hand that I, you know, kind of it has been warming up a little bit. And the concealer that I have is this concealer by It Cosmetic. It's called Bye Bye Under Eye, and I got this as a sample like 2 years ago, I think. It just takes, I mean, the little tiniest bit. So I have just a little bit of that. It's called Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer, and it really is. It's a very, very heavy full coverage concealer, and I really love the stuff. And then my mom did get me a my mom loves It Cosmetics, and she's got me many things from them, but she did get me a bigger one. But I just wanted to try to use this up, but I mixed it with a little bit of this Glamouflage, and this is also a very full coverage concealer. But the sample that I got from this It Cosmetics is just a little bit dark, and I wanted to just kind of lighten it up a little bit, so I kind of mixed the two together. And I'm going to use this brush just to kind of tap this on a little bit. My mirror's right here, that's why I'm looking over here. And this concealer, like I said, it's very full coverage. I have found when I first got it, I wasn't used to such a full coverage type of a concealer, and oh man, I overused so much. Like I said, I definitely wasn't used to it, and you really need such a minimal amount. If you can see, I have this, it looks like a big bruise all the time, but it isn't. It's a vein. I was in a car accident when I was a really young child, and it must have caused some kind of trauma, and then it caused, I had to get stitches and so forth over on the side of my eye, and now there's some scarring here. But anyway, so I'm going to try to just blend this in a little bit. And I just always use my this little mini foundation brush. I love this little brush. I have the bigger version of it too. And then I think I even have another one. I don't know. It's over there somewhere. But I love this one for this little, you know, for doing these little jobs because I hate putting on foundation with my fingers. I feel like it wastes so much of your foundation. And I like to get right up underneath here. And when I already, you know, of course I already moisturized and I already primed. When I put my primer on, I always go ahead and put the primer right over my lips, because that way if I, you know, my lipstick or my lip liner or whatever, I feel like it helps it stay on better. So if you're a person that contours, you know, you would go in, you know, with some dark over here. Which I probably will grab a little bit of dark, wipe some of that off. And you see what I mean? Like once this heats up, that's why they tell you to put it on the back of your hand and let it heat up. And once this stuff heats up, it just spreads, and it goes so far. I'm gonna go right up underneath there. Kind of carve out the brow area there. Some people, after they do their concealer, they would put on a little bit of powder and then they would put on their foundation. I don't really like to do that because I'm the type of person that I like as little powder as possible. Some people say it doesn't matter. I have a beauty blender. Now this isn't all the way wet yet, but I'm just going to try to like get some of this excess off here. I just feel like there's just so much. I'm gonna just try to like get a little bit of this off here and get this toned down a little bit. I don't want to go and look like a ghost. I just wanted to try to cover up some of these dark circles. Once we start with the foundation, I think it's going to turn out and look absolutely just fine. Maybe I should knock on wood or keep my fingers crossed on that. So these are the blenders that I'm going to use. I've been trying to get a little bit more proficient with this silicone type of a thing, and you like pat it, and then these beauty blenders everybody likes. I don't, with the bigger ones, and I have all kinds of shapes of them, I feel like I don't have as much control with these bigger ones. You know, if you're someone that uses you know, a lot, I see some of the girls, like the younger girls, and they, you know, use layers and layers and build up their foundation. Like this, a bigger one would be good. I don't do that, but I have little ones and they're all different shapes. You can see this one has like kind of like a wedge. It's like an angled, and I really like these ones, and I feel like they, you know, you can get like into different areas and stuff. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to wet this with this micellar water, and this one you can't really wet it. I'll try to mist it a little bit with some rose water, but it's really hard to wet it because it's silicone and it doesn't really hold water. It just slides right off. So these are the two beauty blenders I'm going to use. I'm going to grab some darker just to contour a little bit, because I feel like I got a little bit too much light on my nose. So I'm going to just do that and just kind of get a little bit up on my temples, and then I figure since we're doing a foundation video, why not? Pin my hair back a little bit so it's out of my way. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just wetting my beauty blender a little bit. So my plan is to, first of all, I will try to pat this down. I feel like I have hair on my nose, driving me crazy. All right, wringing out some of the excess water. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pat some of this in a little bit so it's not so I think I have a stink bug in my makeup room. I hate stink bugs. Oh, I hate stink bugs. It's like December. Why do we still have stink bugs in December? I mean, they are the most useless creature. I don't really know what their purpose is. I think they're really like put on this earth to just annoy people. I have one of my dogs likes to chase them down and eat them, and then it's so gross. Her breath stinks. I feel like she looks at me and she's laughing when she does it. It's awful. I have to run after her, and I'm like, no, 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 don't eat the stink bug. And she catches them way before I can catch them. So I don't know, some of you, what areas you're in, if you have these stink bugs, or if, you know, maybe some people call them by different names or whatnot, but I am not a fan. Not a fan of the stink bug. I feel like they always want to try to get me in the middle of the night, too. Okay, anyway. So my plan is to go in with this, like, more mattifying and, you know, get like a base coat. And then I'm going to go on top with the liquid, because it says that the liquid gives you an airbrush finish, so yeah, I'm definitely down for an airbrush finish. Alright, so I'm just going to take like about that much and just kind of like, you know, just randomly kind of put it different places and just start blending it in. Okay. The formula of this is so nice. It's very, very soft and creamy, and it has a very, very good coverage. I'm almost, like I said, I had to try to find, you know, something, because I'm just about out of my unique mineral touch, and this is like my, I swear, like my liquid gold. So I'm gonna reserve that for like the few little holiday things that I know I'll have coming up. But I had to, you know, in the meantime, I needed to find something, and I definitely feel like this is, you know, comparable, and for being just something that you can go buy, like drugstore type, over the counter, it's you know, definitely, you know, I would definitely say this was comparable. We'll see when we put the liquid on top of this. So what do you guys think? I think that it gave me really, you know, good coverage. Now, you know, I did do the concealer underneath. Like, I wanted to see, you know, if I actually put a concealer, what kind of look you know, how much depth would this give me? Would this really give me like a very deep coverage? So I could go with another layer of that if I wanted to, but I'm going to church, so I don't want to look, you know. So now I got the liquid, and I think I'm gonna, with the liquid, I'm gonna use my brush, and you know, I've showed you this before. It's got like this little hole in the middle. I don't ever fill that little hole up, because I feel like that's a lot of foundation. I'm just gonna put a few dots around the edge of, and I did shake this up, but so I'm just gonna put a few dots of this liquid foundation, you know, around the brush. That's probably like more than I need, but okay. So, all right, so let's just start blending it in. If you've never used one of these foundation brushes, they're so nice. And the reason that I'm going to use this is because I always use this with my Unique, and it does leave a velvety finish when I do this. So I thought that I would see how it does with this makeup. And I feel like that it definitely gives me a good coverage. A friend of mine has one of those airbrush, you know, that you put the liquid makeup in, and she gave it to me. And I've often wondered, like, if you would just put the, you know, like a liquid makeup in there, if it would work, but I've never done it. I've never tried it. If anyone out there's ever tried that, that airbrush makeup, I'd like to, you know, hear from you and know like how it worked, or if you did get good coverage, if you feel like, you know, you would continue to use that, or no, it wasn't worth it, or, you know, it was too much time and effort, you just went back to the regular way, or you absolutely loved it, you know. So I've never known anyone to use it. So I'm going to go back to my blender and just going to get up underneath my lashes here, make sure I have everything blended in really well. I don't want any foundation to settle in any of my lines and wrinkles. I'm going to set this with some powder. We'll see what the final result looks like. I feel like it looks very good. What do you guys think? I like it. I really like it. I think that it did a good job. I like to take my microfiber towel, make sure I don't have any lines. All right, I'm gonna take a matte bronzer, wipe my bottles down. Okay, so I'm gonna take a matte bronzer and I'm going to, that's what I'm gonna use to set this foundation, is a matte bronzer. I feel like I have hair or something. These are my new brushes that I got the other day. I have no regrets with these brushes. I love them. They're so soft. I did go through and take my micellar water and clean them all before I used them. Whew. Got a little bit carried away with that brush. All right, it just kind of helps give you that little, you know, extra build of color, and I feel like that, you know, since it's a powder, it sets your foundation, and then that's the way I like to do it. It's matte, you know, so that it's not going to give you any shine or anything, but just, you know, it just helps give you that, build you so you don't look washed out or anything. And so there it is, my foundation for the day. I hope that it's coming through well on the camera. I like it a lot. I feel like it gave me really good coverage, and like I said, I did use the concealer and so forth underneath it, but I am really liking it. Come up my eyebrows. I will stop the video and that'll be that one for the day. So maybe I'll continue on to a separate video and, you know, just do like a quick makeup or something. But anyway, this one, I just wanted to show you guys, you know, how that foundation covered and so forth. So hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you all have a great day, and if you liked the video and you learned anything or just kept yourself entertained, I hope you give it a thumbs up. I hope you subscribe, As always, I hope you have a blessed day. Remember, there's nothing in life that is that horrible that, you know, you can't overcome. Try to stay positive. I find that when I look back on things a lot of times in life, I've always been my worst own enemy. If you can try to stay positive and give yourself a positive outlook, you can overcome anything. So be your own champion, stay positive, wear pink. Pink is always going to make you feel better, and kiss some puppies. So have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.